Today, we start setting up my gaming systems. Okay, so I don't have any I don't have the current Xbox or the PlayStation 5 or anything like that because I switched over a couple years ago to PC gaming primarily, and that's what I've done most of. However, I am going to put a PC in the living room for the 4K TV, and so we're going to do that. And I need to be able to have something that can at least make it look decent. We'll figure that out. Anyway, I've got a PS4, an Xbox that's got to go in there, soundbar and everything hooked up, the TV itself. I've got a nice TV stand, I guess you could say, or a console. I'm going to leave that in there. I'm not going to mount it on the wall. I'm going to use the wall mount that I bought on in a different location in the house. So anyway, I'm going to leave it sitting on there unless I step up to a bigger TV, and I haven't ruled that out yet. It might happen, but what we're going to have to do is a couple of different things. We're going to have to take the case that currently has my X470, my older computer, son of Fred. We're going to have to take all that out. We're going to put that in the LIPA case that I've got. We're going to take the B550 that you see back there in the pink case behind me. We're going to take that out. We're going to put that into the Corsair 220T. And that's a smaller motherboard, so I shouldn't have as much problem with space or anything as I did trying to fit the full-size X470. So we'll go ahead and put that in there. We will make sure it's got some storage, but I also want to use that LIPA case to build my server. So I'm going to have hopefully a game server, and we'll see if that becomes part of this project or if that becomes a new video on its own. So don't know for sure. For those of you that are thinking, do I wear the same shirt to film all the videos? No, I'm starting all these on the same day. So we'll see how far along we get. And if you've seen this shirt before, it's because, well, it's me, TPG. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, do all those YouTube things. But hey, let's get started. All right, so this is currently what this setup looks like. There's some echo in here. Sorry, there's not as much carpet or soundproofing or anything like that as there is in my office. But I've got just a regular soundbar and subwoofer hookup, 50-inch television, no games, no nothing hooked up in here yet. There's a Wi-Fi. We're going to see if we can't do something and change this and make it into like a sort of a gaming center. I think that would be pretty cool. The soundbar, not even really hooked up right now, not even using it. So we're going to take advantage of that and see what we can do. So this isn't going to be quite a just a straight swap from the pink case where I was testing the 5600 into a new case. First of all, I'm not sure which graphics card I'm going to use yet. We'll figure that out. But we are going to go ahead and go with the Cooler Master 850 V2. This is a fully modular power supply. Should handle anything I can throw at it. If I decide to go ahead and upgrade the CPU later or the GPU or anything like that, I should be in really, really good shape. That 220T... The motherboard that we're putting in the Steel Legend B550 is a micro ATX motherboard. It will fit much easier in that smaller case. I should have some room, but I'm still going to need a little bit of extra power, so that's where this comes in. The memory I'm changing out as well. I'm not going to test it with the same, I think Ripjaws 5 is what I had in there, or I was swapping back and forth the Crucial Ballistics. We're going to go with Trident Z. This is obviously G-Skill Trident Z memory. This is 32 gig running at 3600 megatransfers per second, so that's a big step up from the 16 gig running at 32. And then we are also we already talked about the 5600 we're going to put in there, which should be a good step up from, say, the 3600X that I was trying to run before as a gaming computer. And then some Be Quiet Pure Wings 2 fans. Now, because I don't have to worry about trying to make this like a Corsair type themed build, I already did that with IM number 4, I have a little bit of freedom to change some things out. So, taking out the Corsair fans, I will use them later, they're really good fans, and I'm putting in the Be Quiet fans. I'm still going to keep the RGB fans that are in there in the front. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the back fan yet, but these two Be Quiets will be in the top, and that should give me some air coming out, and I expect them to be very, very nice and very quiet and very efficient. I bought these at Micro Center, but I will leave affiliate links for all this stuff from Amazon down below, and keep in mind that Amazon link will help me help the channel. It does not cost you anything extra, but it does provide a little bit of a commission to me, so both of us win, right? Both of us win. And I appreciate it if you guys take a look at that. And if you need something, go ahead and don't be afraid to do that. So we're going to go ahead and see how this turns out. Like I said, don't know which video card is going to go in it yet, but we're going to find out together, okay? It might be the RTX 3060. I don't know. It might be the RTX 2070 out of IM number 4. We'll have to figure that out. It could be RX 6600 XT. And we're just going to figure it out when we get there. Whichever the case, though, it ought to be a pretty good little computer, and we'll go from there, okay? All right, phase 1 of that's almost done. We've got the motherboard and everything out of here. Started putting it in over here. Everything's not connected yet. It's not supposed to. That's okay. We'll work on that later. And I am wondering what I'm going to do about putting extra hard drives. Maybe I'll just take this out and put a separate hard drive cage up here, and then there's already one down here. So I'm just thinking ahead about what I'm going to do for my server. All right, so on to the next part where I have to take everything out of there to put in here. All right, so we've got an 850 watt Cooler Master Gold power supply that we had to take out the hard drive cage once again for. So there are some downsides to this case, but we're going to get over them. Now, there were a few things that didn't go quite according to plan. For one, when I put everything back together and I stuck it all in the box and turned it on the first time, I didn't think about recording when I did that. And it's kind of a good thing because for a while I kept getting the dreaded blue screen of death. Now, I believe this turned out to be part of a driver issue because as I went ahead and pretty much just cleared the drivers and started over, especially for the video card, and updated a few things, got Windows updated and all that, that problem completely went away. So it looked good, and it was nice and quiet. The Pure Wings, too, I really like those fans in the top of the case. Really, really worked out well. I'm glad I bought those because those were a good investment. I sort of went with a purple theme here. Just I didn't have any particular reason to or not to. IM number 4 is already sort of a light blue theme. My whole channel is sort of that aqua, like teal type color. This, I wanted something just a little bit different from the living room, so I went ahead and I made it, a different color. Purple looked good, so I figured I went with that. The back of the case looks okay. I can't say it's great cable management, but it's decent cable management, especially in this Corsair 220T. It's a challenge sometimes trying to cable manage in this case, and so I feel like I did a pretty decent job. It's not spectacular, but nobody but me is going to see it, and it's going to be in the living room in between basically the TV stand and a table, so I won't have to worry about it too much. I'm not putting it directly on the floor. No, I've got a little PC caddy that it will go onto that rolls. We'll see how it goes. But the next step is to go ahead and hook everything up in the living room, get it all hooked up to the sound bar, and hope it all works. All right, so I've got things, set up sort of temporarily. I am going to have to get some wireless keyboard and mouse action going here, but if I go to HDMI 1, bear with me, there we go, Xbox. If I go to HDMI 2, PlayStation, and finally if I go to HDMI 3, boom, PC. Whoo, that's a little bright. Anyway, so that is all set up and ready to go, and all I did on the bottom of the Sony soundbar is hook them up to the corresponding HDMI. The one that is the signal going back, I believe it's ARC or something like that. The TV ARC, that's the one that has to go back to the television, so it gets the signal going back and forth both ways. But even if I turn the soundbar off now, it should come back up to my PC, and it does. So I can use the PC without the soundbar. I probably can use the other two without that. I'd have to select them first, I don't know. But I think HDMI 3 is the pass-through, and that's the one that the PC is hooked up to. So I'll be doing some gaming whether I need to use a soundbar or not. So, yeah, turn this back on for a second. Go back to HDMI 2. And if y'all don't mind, I'm going to play some GT7. Don't forget, do all those YouTube things, subscribe, like, whatever. And whatever you do, if you don't do any of that other, just be nice to somebody. Smile, wave, do whatever. Somebody's going to smile and wave and whatever back to you. It might mean you have a good day, you know? You just don't know. Anyway, Gran Turismo it is, guys. And so until the next time, other stuff coming up. I'll see you later.